Alright guys, I've got some onboard footage from a league race. This is the second league race of the Speedsportz season. I wasn't at the first one, but the low scoring race gets dropped, so I should still be able to contend for the championship. This is the last lap of qualifying, which ended up being our fastest lap, and I'm going to walk us through it real quick. So coming up, there's going to be a left-hander apex, but you can't take it too aggressive because right after is a double apex going to the right. So if you take it too aggressive, I mean, you're going to see what some karts do later in the video. And then right after, there's a set of chicanes back to back. The first one's pretty easy, but the second one, if you hit it wrong, you're losing traction there and you're losing a lot of time right here. I mean, you can see the first kart leaving sparks on the track. And it's going to be this hairpin, which that's going to be like the last major turn. I feel this is where I lost the most time today, so definitely got to work on that one. And this lap was actually good enough to put us into 5th place for our heat, and the two heats times were combined and split up, so I'm actually going to be starting 3rd for the sprint race right after this, which we're going to jump to now. Alright, so we're starting 3rd place on the left side, waiting for that flag to drop. Drops it, and we get away to a pretty good start. We're going to jump straight into 2nd here, and we're just going to be trying to hold position, chasing forward, not doing anything too aggressive, just trying to maintain that position. We're actually in 1st place in our class here because 4 is in the heavy class and we're in the light, so just trying to stick with him, maybe even pass him just to put some distance between me and the next light class. But going into the double chicanes, he's taking a better line than me, I think, and he does get a better exit there than me, so somebody's right on us. Got to be careful they don't send it up the hairpin, but you do see me slide a bit. And they're still right on us there, but we have a straight line speed advantage on 4 because, again, he's in the heavy class. So that's where I'm going to be gaining on him. I don't try to go around the outside of there just because it's not worth losing the race on the first lap. I go into the apex well. He slips a bit here, so that sacrifices his exit, and we're actually going to be gaining on him here. And we're going to send it up the inside on this first chicane, and we actually touch. He goes off. I felt there's nothing more I could have done there. I mean, I had the right side in the grass, but now we're still in 2nd. Somebody got ahead of us, so we're just going to be trying to reel them in from here. So, hairpin, they're sliding, we're sliding, and hope that we have the straight line speed advantage down the straight. We don't want them to get away because, I mean, it's a lot easier when they're defending, but yeah, we do have the straight line speed advantage here. Reeling them in, leaving sparks on the track as he rides on the curb. And I feel I'm getting a lot of time on this double apex on pretty much everybody that we're in front of. You see me narrow it down to like a car length here. And I gotta be careful because somebody is right on us as we're approaching 13. And we can't really give up another position here because we went from 1st place in our class and now we're 2nd place because 13 is in the same class. So even though we kept the same position, we're really down for the points. And in rental karts aren't going to be the same, so this kart had a straight line speed advantage on 13, and you're going to see me reel him in here. Somebody who's on our right, but it doesn't really matter because we're just so much faster. And can't really make a move right there. We're going to have to wait until probably the hairpin or a double apex if we want to really try anything. But, I mean, we're staying with them. We're creating a bit of a pack up here because of that accident on the 2nd lap. Created a bit of separation from people up front and people trying to dodge it. Going into this hairpin, we're going to see if we can make a move. Going to hold off. He's sliding though, so we get a good exit. And we're going to see if we're able to beat him on that straight line. You can just see the difference right there. Looking at us. And we're going to see. Gives us a space right there. We're going to go into the double apex, and we are currently 1st place in the race right there. That's a back marker. I'm pretty sure he went into the pits for something. That is not the person that spun out on the first lap in front of us. It's a no-name kart, but we're actually going to get a bit of a grief here as he slows down right there. I wasn't really expecting him to, but I mean, he did the right thing. So slip up on the hairpin too, and he's going to be right next to us right here. Going down the straight, we have the straight line speed, and we're just going to be trying to create separation, but sometimes being in first is worse than being in second. You just don't really know what the person behind you is doing. You can't really make any crazy moves. So just trying to hold position here. The nerves at this point were crazy. It's my first time ever at Speedsportz, league race or just in general, so being in first place feels kind of crazy. And right there, I touch too much of the curb and I lose a lot of traction. We're coming up on another back marker here, and this is the person that actually spun out in front of us on that lap. That hairpin right there messes us up, and this back marker, as we approach him, me and second place are actually going to go on either side of him, going 3 wide through there. We're going to give him the space, and he does pass us. A bit of a love tap there, but we're just going to try to stick with him. Third place goes right to us, and we're going to hold off that position. Still in second, but the third place car actually has an even better straight line speed advantage, so you're going to see them flying down here. Catching up to 13 quick, and I think this was actually the last lap. We're going to see if the checkered flag is out, or sorry, the white flag. Let's see. Yeah, that white flag. So pretty much I'm just hoping that they crash here, or they're going to a battle so that I can compete, but no. Gives them the space, and he's going to be running away with this one with that kart. So I'm just trying to secure a podium, maybe even go up to a second place here. I get close, can't make a move there. It's just a bit too risky for the last lap right there. And last chance is going to be at the hairpin, so we're close, we're close. We're going to try to make a move, and we're going to send it up the inside. It was a bit too aggressive. I let him keep the position. We had built up like a 7-second gap to 4th place at that point. So all 3 of us get on the podium, and I think all 3 of us were light class, so I got 3rd place in my sprint race heat for this one. And we're going to be going into the final now. So the 3rd place finish in the sprint was only good enough for 6th place for the final race. And we're going to be starting on the right hand side, which is not ideal. Obviously, you're going to have people sending it up on the left. And we're going to say what's up to 13, battled it out, really clean racer. And this is us going into the sprint final, 6th place on the right. Just going to be waiting for that flag to drop. And the nerves are high here, you know. First race of the season for me. And we're going to wait. Flag drops. We do not get off to a very good start here. Still in 6th place, but looks like the kart to our left here is having some speed problems, so they're probably going to be out of contention for this. Up into 5th place right now, and taking that double apex. Somebody is going to send it up the inside on us, but we're going to hold that position off into the first chicane. And they send it up the inside. 2 people get past us, which puts us into 7th here. And you see the sparks flying on that curb. I think every lap somebody was hitting that way too hard. Going into the hairpin in 7th. Go into 8th now, as we don't get a good entry on that hairpin. You're going to see our straight line speed here is probably average for this. And we get that position back, so we are still in 7th. And this double apex is where I felt that we were making up the most of our time, but that person sends it in on us, but they take it too wide, and we get to keep our position. So we're just trying to catch up to the pack here, not do anything too crazy. I mean, for points finishing, 7th isn't bad, so not trying to let anybody get too far away from us. We do have people right behind us, so I can't leave any gaps open for anybody to send it up the inside on us. And as you can see, like the straight line speed on this one, it's not like in the sprint race where I was just flying past. We are actually going to have to compete here. And we're going to be hoping for a bit of traffic up here just so that we can get back in. After the double apex, we close in the gap a bit. Double chicane. And I feel by the end we were getting pretty good at this one here. We were losing traction. I felt we were gaining time. And that's Kart 18 ahead of us. Send it down the hairpin. And you're going to see just how even these carts are on this one. Trying to get a bit of human DRS right here. Going into the first turn. Not close enough to make a move. Then we're going to be going into the double apex. That's where I'm getting time on. Leaves a bit of a spark there. And that second chicane. Another spark right there. So, let's see if we can make a move here. He defends it well. But we do get the inside line on him going down the straight. And we're going to take that position back. So, started in 6th, now we're in 6th. We're just going to be trying to reel in whoever's ahead of us. Some of these racers are really good. They've been coming here for years. But we do go to HKC and MSR if you're in the Houston area and you know where that is. So, while I've never raced at this track before, we do have experience. And 11 doesn't get the greatest of lines, so we're gonna catch up a bit there. Going down the hairpin, get a bit closer, and we're gonna see how we compare to him in straight line speed down the straight. And we are definitely faster than him. So we're gonna be trying to go around. Not enough space, we leave it. And I turned a bit to the right there, so he does manage to create a bit of a gap. After the double apex, we're a bit back to where we started, but the straight line speed down. This back straight should be able to help us reel him in. Again, that freaking curb is probably going to be the death of me. We do good on this hairpin right here. So down this straight we're going to be getting a bit of a chance just because of the straight line speed advantage again. We're going to be trying to go on his right. Decide not to go for that. After the first turn, a bit of a gap has opened up again. And as much as I hate to say it, I do think he's a better driver than us, because I mean I had the straight line speed advantage and he was getting in the corner, so I'm sure if he had this kart then that gap would have been even worse. But you know, a bit of a karting game is luck, so as we go down to the hairpin we're gonna see if we can gain any time on him. And out of all the corners, I think that's the only one we're gonna gain time on him. The double apex there where I gain time on others is definitely not working out to catch up to him, but we do manage to send it up the inside on him. Give him the space on the right, and he takes it back. In the double apex here, where I usually gain, feels like that's where I'm getting separated from him. On the double chicane, I don't think any time is being gained or lost there. The second chicane though, we're gonna gain a bit of time on the exit just because of the straight line speed on this kart. Looking at that hairpin, and this is where we're gonna try to make our move just because of the speed advantage that we're gonna have. See us catching, we're gonna go down the left side on him here and to see if that's enough to keep that place. So we need to be a bit defensive here, take that inside line pretty quickly, but he sends it up on us and we're gonna be going too wide into the chicane. This is where we crashed on the first race, but stepping into the grass makes us lose traction a bit, and gonna lose a bit of traction here as well. He's still right on us. Only thing that saved us is that straight line speed, and we take the apex well enough to keep that position. We should be creating a bit of a gap here down the straight, and we're just going to be focused on trying to keep this place for the race. We're up into 5th, we started in 6th, so it's not bad. See some karts up ahead, and battling it out did not help us there, because now this is pretty much the best position we can hope for. tell them to work together there just so we can maybe catch up to them, but at this point I think they're just too far ahead, so me and him are going to end up battling it out for the rest of the race. Random Kart stranded there, so not sure if that person was in front of us or not, but we'll see by the end with the places. Here is, I think, the second to last lap of the race. Obviously didn't know that at the time. I think it's an 8-lap race, but we aren't really keeping track of that. So, just trying to hold it off. Going into the first chicane. Pretty much perfect. See how we do here. And do slip a little. You see a shadow coming right up on us. He's still sticking with us pretty much as close as he can without passing. Going down the straight, he is right next to us, and this is the last lap, so it's going to be now or never to keep this position, or for him to take it back. Going to the first turn, I think we have that. Yup. And he's not going to be able to send it up the inside on us here. He's going into that chicane that's completely ours. Just trying to concentrate and not let him pass us. And his last real chance is going to be here on this hairpin. And right here I'm thinking, oh, he's going to have to send it down the inside. So you're going to see me take a bit of a weird line trying to defend that. But he doesn't send it up the inside, so he's going to get a better exit than us. We're going to give it one last chance because of our speed advantage. Going down to the line, and he beats us. Tracker said it was by, I think, 1/10 of a second there. He's going to clap for us, you know, show some love. And that was a 4th place finish because I think there was a crash ahead of us. And it was a 3rd place finish for the sprint race. And we're going to be getting a 23-point finish in the sprint from a maximum of 25 and 47 points from the 50 max of the main race, which puts us at 70 total. There are point extras for the fastest lap, and we don't get any of those, so we're going to stay at 70. It's going to be good enough for 5th place in the championship, which isn't bad. So looking forward to the next race, and subscribe if you want to stay with us. We're taking it back to the pits now. We're going to stay with that driver ahead of us, right behind him, and just going to talk to him after the race, give him some love.